Hello and welcome back to I Create For You. So we're going to go back into the Haunted Presidents book because I haven't been in there for a little while. We've been doing the Yellowstone ghost stories. But before I do that, I want to show you that I went to a book sale, a library book sale, and I found Haunted Schools. I believe this might be the same author when I did the Haunted Pets. So we have Haunted Schools. Oh, my little cat wants to play right now. And Civil War ghost stories. So these should be pretty interesting too. So we'll have plenty to go through. Interesting things. The Civil War, we all know there has to be ghosts there. But like haunted schools, that's just so different. I'm glad I'm finding these little treasures when I'm thrifting. Alrighty. So today we're going to go into the 10th president, John Tyler. And he was from 1841 to 1845. Not a particularly famous chief executive, John Tyler is most notable for being the first vice president to be promoted to the presidency after the death of his predecessor. Tyler's presidency was not a very successful one. He is most remembered as the president who fathered the most children. At 15, the record is most likely to stand. Tyler's ghost is listed among the many that haunt the White House, but his spirit there is not nearly as famous or frequently seen as those of Dolly Madison, Andrew Jackson, or Abraham Lincoln. The much better known supernatural events connected with Tyler are the ghost that allegedly haunts his plantation home and the crisis apparition, which appeared to his wife Julia. The supernormal appearance of a dead or living person too distant to be a normal perception is an apparition. As Rosemary Ellen Guiley observed in her Encyclopedia of Ghosts and Spirits, contrary to popular belief, the majority of cases on record concern apparitions of the living and not of the dead. Public opinion surveys, as reported by Guiley, suggest that at least 10% of the population report apparitions, of which 2/3 involved a living person. Crisis apparitions are those that appear during times of trauma or great danger to the person who appears in an apparition. These events involve very close emotional ties, as between husband and wife or parent and child. A crisis apparition warned Julia Tyler of her husband's impending death. Tyler's first wife, Letitia, died in the White House. He met his second wife, Julia, literally by accident. Julia and her father were among the guests on a ceremonial first cruise of a brand new warship, the USS Princeton. A demonstration of her powerful guns was planned to impress President Tyler. A gun blew up, killing the Secretary of War and Julia's dad. Tyler personally rescued Julia and comforted her so well that they were married 4 months later. Julia bore John 7 children, the last when she was 40 and he was 70. Now that's craziness. A slaveholder, Tyler supported the Confederacy during the Civil War and was elected to the Confederate House of Representatives. Soon after he went to Richmond to attend his new duties there, Julia had a vivid dream. She saw her husband on his deathbed. On a wooden headboard of the bed in which he was dying, was carved a large eagle, its wings outspread. Julia woke up in a cold sweat. She journeyed up to Richmond to warn her husband that the angel of death was hovering over him. Tyler smiled at his wife's anxiety. He felt fine and reassured her. She went home. The next day, the former president was dead. When Julia reached the hotel room where his body lay, she saw him in the bed with an eagle on the headboard. What was the significance of the eagle? Look on the back of a dollar bill. The Great Seal of the United States features an eagle, wings outspread. This eagle is the symbol of the federal government, the union which Tyler, as an elected member of the Confederate government, was about to betray. About to take his office, Tyler was on the brink of treason to the union he'd served as president. Had he been stricken down by an avenging angel? Julie wondered about that for the rest of her life. Tyler owned a large plantation in Charles City County, near Williamsburg, Virginia. Its original name was Walnut Grove. Tyler changed the name to Sherwood Forest because his enemies called him a Robin Hood, an outlaw politician, because he was not a party loyalist. Sherwood Forest, why am I having trouble with that? Sherwood Forest is said to be haunted by a ghost who was present there during Tyler's lifetime and who may still be in residence. Tyler himself is said to have sensed a presence, as he put it. The ghost is called the Gray Lady, as she usually appears as a misty gray figure walking about the halls of Sherwood Forest. She is, as the story goes, a middle-aged woman of matronly figure. She calmly goes about her business, which seems to involve an infant, because she often carries baby clothing and diapers, sometimes a baby bottle. One theory has it that the Gray Lady is the spirit of a nursemaid who was employed at the house before Tyler bought the property. She was in charge of an infant who died in a tragic accident. Filled with grief, her spirit has been unable to leave. When dogs encounter the Gray Lady, they run in opposite directions, whimpering. Cats freeze on the spot, arch their spines, lay back their ears, and hiss. Many people over the years report glimpsing the Gray Lady. If you would like to try your luck, Sherwood Forest offers public tours, but ghost sightings are not guaranteed. Holy moly. All these tidbits of information about these presidents we don't know much about, their lifestyles, and I can't imagine. How can you be 70 years old and think it's okay to father a child at 70? I mean, come on now. I know back then probably, he didn't really have much to do along the line of taking care of a baby, but it's just the thought of it just doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I'm going to just draw a ghostly figure, a female, the best that I can. Here we go. Yeah, I can't wait to get into those other books because I like to really delve into those school hauntings. That we still have a lot to. I think we have a few more in the Yellowstone and a few more in here, and then we'll be able to sneak in a few of those other ones, those school. Oh, boy, am I giving this poor ghost a hairdo, huh? I love doing ghost stories, but we'll see if I can come up with something a little spooky, ghost-wise. Yeah, next month is my favorite holiday month. Although I like to be creepy all year long. I don't know if that sounded right or not. It didn't sound too good, did it? You get the idea. So I'm gonna give her creepy eyes. You know what? I'm bringing you down closer. I know this has got to be this light is just like overbearing sometimes, and I haven't been drawing heavy like I should. Okay. Now I'm gonna give her. This is her nose. And I just closed our kitchen window because this dog out back was just going ballistic, and now there's somebody out our front door who is bouncing a basketball. So you guys who have YouTube channels, do you find that it doesn't seem, it always seems to be when you finally have a moment to tape or record, it's like everything decides to make a noise. It's funny because my husband is upstairs watching TV, and like it seems like he senses when I'm about ready to record, because then he starts walking down the steps. And here's the funny part. When I'm not recording, I hear as he's coming down the steps, "Are you recording?" Oh my goodness. It's like, well, if I was, you just talked over it. Craziness. Oh, now somebody just pulled up with their music blaring. I'm gonna make her even spookier. I gotta do her cheekbones here. Here we go. One side's better than the other. Okay. Now I'm just gonna get a little spookier here. And just to make her even more spookier, I'm gonna make it look like her hair is just covering her face a little bit. It's sort of like the Grunge movie. Oh, all the spooky movies come out this month. This month coming up in a few days. Yeah, 31 Days of Halloween. Can't wait. So she's got her hair coming down over her face. Gonna make her eyes deepen. Spooky. Gotta make them spooky. There we go. There's one. Let's get this one going here. Push that out. Make them empty and mystic in her mouth. Her nose. And she's got some shading along here. Give it a little more. Give it a little oomph there with the shading on her cheeks. Make her a little spooky. Okay, that's my ghost interpretation. Now, if she's got a baby she's taking care of, right? And she sees you and the baby's sleeping, what do you think she's going to be doing? Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly what she would be doing. Oh, man, she looks so deformed. I can't get these fingers right here. Okay. This is looking creepy, just in the fingers. I'm giving her funky fingernails. So she's got her finger that she's telling you to shh. And then you got the rest of it here. This finger, and the pinky finger. Pinky finger is the one I'm having trouble with because when you do that, your finger would be right up against the other one. So this one, I should make it just a little bit lower here. And her pinky finger, I will bring that up here, the knuckle part up here. A little bit. Oh, that's the best it's going to get because I cannot get this right here. Okay, so. She's got a fat hand here. It's her palm. So she's telling you, you need to be quiet because the baby is sleeping. Just had to add that ghoulish hand, didn't I? That ghoulish hand that looks really funky. Get her hair a little messier here, a little hazier. And we have our ghostly woman. Look at that. Shh, the baby's sleeping. Alrighty, so there we go. That's our ghostly figure. Thanks a lot for stopping by and listening to another ghost story. I'm glad you could stop by, and I hope you stop by again, because whatever Wednesday is going to be coming up, and I'm going to do whatever, and you don't know until Wednesday comes up. So please give me a thumbs up if you liked the stories and the illustrations. And thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't, please do. Please comment too. I always check my comments and try to reply back. And so, with all that being said, I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you, and bye-bye for now.